Mother Rama Devi. Life. Some of us are surely going to feel strange that I'm going to share with you almost the opposite of what I asserted about Mataji Krishnabai and what she told me in the 1960s. Krishnabai commanded me to stay at Sri Ramanasramam, bring back the old devotees and take care of them. But now I am going to share about yet another great saint, Mother Rama Devi, and how she commanded me to give up my stay at Sri Ramanasramam, to go away and to take up a job in the world. True spirituality is filled with apparent contradictions, yet the end result in essence will prove that they will have to be raised in the life of a spiritual aspirant only to fulfill in all its wholeness his spiritual aspiration. In my life, such an apparent contradiction took place, and it proved that it was for my spiritual benefit only. Rama Devi was born in 1911 in Mangalore to a devout family of Gaud Saraswat Brahmins. She showed indications of a deeply spiritual nature right from her childhood. While sitting for hours in meditation at the shrine of the goddess in her home, she would recite verses from the Bhagavad Gita and would also have spiritual trances and divine visions. As a child, she looked upon her parents, teachers, and elders as embodiments of the divine. She was married at the age of 14. Her intense quest for the Absolute began immediately after her marriage. During the day, she would plunge into meditation when she got a respite from household duties. Her nights, on the other hand, were devoted exclusively to communion with the divine. But even in the intense madness of divine ecstasy, she did perform her household duties meticulously. She had many mystic experiences and exalted visions of prophets and incarnations of different religions during her 12 years of rigorous sadhana. Acutely aware of divine intervention in the problems she faced in everyday life, she exemplified the ideal of utter renunciation, purity of divine aspiration, and one-pointed tapas, austerity. It was at the end of the 12th year of her sadhana that Mother Rama Devi attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the supreme state of absorption in the Absolute. And it happened in the privacy of her home and amidst the tests and trials of marital life. Emerging from the deep absorption of Samadhi, Mother Rama Devi beheld with wide open eyes the enchanting and radiant form of her chosen deity, Lord Rama, bearing in his hand his matchless bow. After reminding her of the mission she had to fulfill on earth, the Lord changed into a mass of light and mysteriously entered into the mother's body. While Lord Rama appeared to Mother Rama Devi at the end of her sadhana, Lord Krishna was a constant companion of the mother right from the start. Before she got the experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi for the first time, it is said that she had visions of Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Hindu Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, along with various other forms of the divine. She also had a vision of God manifested as the Divine Mother of the universe, which subsequently formed the basis of her teachings. Of the vision of Sri Krishna, she said, "Mother preferred service to her husband and the worship of Dharma even more than the ecstasy of God vision and the peace of Samadhi." The vision of Lalita Devi, the Divine Mother, by which Rama Devi realized her identity with the Divine Mother of the universe, transformed her into the highest expression of divine motherhood. These three visions of Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, and the Divine Mother Lalita Devi each represented a distinct phase of Mother's spiritual personality and the message she delivered to the world. Sri Rama signifies the ideal of loyalty to Dharma, to which Mother Rama Devi strictly adhered to throughout her life. Sri Krishna symbolizes the supreme experience of universal love and sympathy, which was the outstanding characteristic of Mother's personality. The Divine Mother Lalita Devi signifies the expression of cosmic motherhood in her. It was this overpowering motherly love that attracted thousands of seekers to her presence and guidance. After realization of the Absolute, Mother Rama Devi spontaneously had various mystical experiences of supreme love. Even before spiritual attainment, Mother had a vision which resolved once for all the conflict between the unmanifest Supreme and the manifest Divine, her husband. The vision of the immanent Godhead had brushed aside the human aspect of her husband's personality so completely, washed it from her consciousness, that she could identify her husband with the Lord Rama of her heart's devotion. Referring to her spiritual personality, the elderly philosopher K.S. Ramaswamy Sastry wrote, "In Mother Rama Devi, we see the expression of the great spiritual truth revealed in the first verse of the Isvasya Upanishad, which states, 'Know that God is immanent in all the beings that move on earth.' Thus, she teaches how to combine and unify self-surrender with self-knowledge and self-reverence with self-control. Though well established in the constant consciousness of non-dual Brahman, the highest ecstasy of God-love found expression in Mother. A mere utterance of the holy name of God was enough to throw Mother into samadhi. Those who were blessed to see the exalted ecstasy of Mother felt inwardly uplifted. At times, during her discourses and kirtans, she suddenly would plunge into a higher transcendent consciousness, like the famous Saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of Bengal, and receive the worship of her bhaktas. She would meanwhile bless them through compassionate glances and voice profound spiritual truths, which in turn lifted her devotees to divine ecstasy. But on returning to normal consciousness, she was once again her normal self, the compassionate Mother, sweetness incarnate, a picture of utter simplicity, divine humility, tender motherly love, and boundless mercy. For her, householders had a duty and opportunity to change their home into an hermitage of peace, dedicated to the service of mankind and pursuit of perfection. Grihastha ashrama, according to Mother, should represent the distilled essence of asceticism and dynamic spirit of non-attached actions. She advised householders to transmute their earthly connections into a divine relationship with the soul through the discipline of meditation and yoga under the able guidance of a realized master. Her vision was to have seekers realize the highest goal, not by renouncing the worldly life, but rather by living it, by transforming worldly ties of family life into a sacred communion of two souls, in which the husband and wife looked upon each other as an embodiment of the divine and an object of love, adoration, and service. Like Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa and other mystics in India and abroad, the mother had established the incomparable supremacy of the divine wisdom over scholastic attainments. Though educated only up to the 5th class of primary school, and though a stranger to the world of scriptures, her discourses covered all aspects of spirituality and gave intimate knowledge of hidden truths. Her supreme wisdom came to her directly, without the help of scriptural knowledge. Mother Rama Devi attained Mahasamadhi on the 1st of November, 1978. Some small tidbits of her teaching. Life in the body is so unsteady as the drops of water on a lotus leaf. But this period of earthly sojourn is precious, for here is the door to eternal life. Know that the only object of your having assumed the body is the realization of the self. Be a lover of God, and you will not lack anything. Be free of enslaving desires. A man without desires is the richest man in the universe, his wealth being the inexhaustible wealth of contentment. To reach the consummation of life, namely the vision of God, 4 things are absolutely necessary: pure aspiration, right association, dedicated effort, and devotion to the ideal.